Hi everybody, it's Patty Ann and I'm back again with installment number 2 of the Floriani Total Control U September 2016 project. Remember yesterday we learned about downloading the files that you need from the club, and you also, in addition to getting the digital files, you also get this digital file. It's an Acrobat file and it has the instructions for the project that we're kind of working on today. Basically, what we're doing is the computer software part. We're not actually going to be stitching this out, but you can if you'd like. So yesterday we got to this page right here, which says it's page number 6. Okay, so the last thing that we did is to put this vertical line onto our paper. And that's where we're going to begin today. Right after that, the next thing it's going to tell us to do is to draw a horizontal line 1.5 inches from the top of the rectangle from the left edge to the right edge. So let's open Floriani. And this is what we had yesterday. Remember, we had the outside box, and then we had the vertical line that we had drawn. And now what it's asking us to do, and let me put my paperwork open to the right page. We're on page number 6, and it says to draw the horizontal line, you remember that goes from left to right, 1.5 inches from the top of the rectangle. So I'm going to take my magnifying glass and I'm going to hold down my left mouse key and make this larger so I can see it more clearly. Now remember what we learned yesterday from the grid, that from this solid line to this solid line was an inch. From this solid line to this solid line is an inch. And each one of these sections in between is 1/4 of an inch. So we've been instructed to draw a horizontal line 1.5 inches from the top here. So 1 inch would be from this line to this line, and 1/2 of an inch would be 1/4 plus 1/4. So we'll start our line right here. But I need to go up here first and grab my line tool, and again come down here. Hopefully those crosshairs don't interfere with what you're seeing. I come down for the first line, that's an inch, and come down 2 more sections and line it up as closely as I can, get real close, click, and come over to the right, and I'm going to click again, and then right click off. So I'm going to go back to fit to screen or zoom to fit. And the next thing it asks us to do is to copy and paste this line and put it an inch below this one. Click on it first to select it. Then I'm going to right click to go copy and right click to paste. And what that's done is it's pasted one on top of another over here. So I can drag it down. Now it said to put it an inch below. That's 1/4 inch, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, and an inch. And I really need to zoom in so I can see more clearly. And I can zoom in with the tool with the scroll bar on my mouse too. A little too far. That looks pretty good. Let me click off and see. Yeah, that looks great. So notice it's 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces in between. So that's an inch between each one. Then I'm going to right click or click on it again. Actually, I just have to right click now and say paste. It's going to paste another one right on top. I'm going to move it down 4 spaces because that equals an inch. Let go of it and click off. Now, if I wanted to, I could do this. I could click on this one to highlight it, and if you'll notice, when I right-click for copy, it says it's Control-C for copy, Control-C. So I'm going to go, I clicked on it to highlight, I'm going to go Control-C. That copied it. And now if you'll notice when I right click here, paste is Control V. I'm not sure why it's a V, but it is. It's Control V on all programs. So I'm just going to do this and go Control V. And it pasted another one right on top of this one. So again, I'm going to move it down an inch, click off of it, Control V, that makes another one. Okay, so I think you get the idea of this. I don't think I need to do any more. You're supposed to go all the way down and keep filling these in until you get to the end of that, where'd it go? There we go, to the end down here, but I've already finished one here. So, let's see what step we're on. All right. We're up at the top of page number 6, and we've done all of that copying and pasting. And now we're underneath the sheet of paper on the right, and it says to select the vertical artwork. This one was the vertical one, so we're supposed to get the select tool, select the vertical one, and we're supposed to change its color to number 128, a scorching pink. So since they've given me the color, I can come down here to the thread color search and type in the number that I want, 128, and hit enter or click on find, and it highlights this one right here for me, and I use that. And notice over here in the sequence view, the color has been changed to the scorching pink, number 128. And now it also says to change the color of the whole box, the outside, to black. I've already done that, so I'm going to change it instead to green, and then I'll change it back to black. So you can see right now it's black, number 900. I'm going to change it to green, and now it's Midori green. Okay. But now I'm going to change it back to black as they requested. So down here where the search is, I can either type in the number for black, or I can simply type in the word black, and it'll find it. And highlights it right here. I can click on it, and now it is black as it is supposed to be. The last one down here says to change the color of the vertical lines to 371 Tahoe. I think that's a typo there. I think it should say horizontal lines. So I'm going to click these to close these up. When you hit the plus, it expands them. Hit the minus sign and it closes them back up. The one that I want to do is I want to change the horizontal lines, which are these. And I don't want them to be Firefly anymore. I want them to be 371 Tahoe. I'm going to come down here, change it to 371, find, or hit the enter key. There it is, Tahoe. Notice over here it changed. Watch. At first it was this. When I came over here and found 371, enter, and I click on this, it's going to change this over here to Tahoe, and it's going to change these lines to the color of Tahoe. There you go. Okay, that takes us almost to the bottom of page 6, but the last thing that it asks us to do is to select all items. Now notice before when we selected this, it just selected the black outline. If we selected this, it just selected that line. This, it selects all those horizontal blue lines. The directions say to select all items. And if you'll notice, all of these items, if I open this again, that's artwork. Nothing's going to stitch. It's a piece of artwork. Again, this one, artwork. It's not going to stitch. These, they're all artwork. I need to change them to stitches. So I'm going to click on all items, and I'm going to change them all to run stitches. So I'm going to come down here on the lower left, see where it says run? I'm going to click on that, and it's going to change them all from artwork into run stitches since I have them all selected. So let's look in here. Yep, sure enough, it's now a run stitch. And if you'll notice, something new has been added up here. We can watch it stitch out. So let's click on Stimulate or Simulate Sewing. That's going to show us how it will stitch out. We can speed it up or slow it down. Okay, that's the end of that sewing. Now the next thing that it asks us to do is to select the blue Tahoe color. So let's just select the blue Tahoe color. That's the blue lines, the horizontal lines. And then it says click Optimize Entry Exit. Click Optimize Entry Exit. Okay. And now it says to simulate the sewing again. Now, quite honestly, I don't notice anything different. Maybe you do when this stitches. And maybe you can tell me what I'm missing in the comments. Wait, maybe the only thing is where it starts from the red. It starts right there. Right there. You notice that? Let me go back one and see if the blue stitches start there if I don't have it optimized. Let's see, if I don't have it optimized, it goes back that way and over. I'm not exactly sure. 1, 2. I don't know. So this one starts there, goes 1, 2. I'm not exactly sure how that makes any difference. But anyways, in general, the optimize command automatically resequences the sewing sequence to maximize your efficiency. Okay, so let's just go on to the next step, which is step number 3, and that's where we're supposed to add the embroidery and modify things. So the first thing it says for us to do is go to the library panel right here and go to where your free Floriani Total Control U projects are. Go to September, and then when you click on September, there should be a 216 in there. You don't see anything yet until you hit the Designs button. It will show you what's in there. And now it says from this panel, they would like us to select this number right here, the DC29 blah, 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 and drag that thing over onto our paper. Okay, now it says in the sequence view, they want us to reorder the monkey in this order. So since I can't see all the sequence view very clearly here because of the design or the property files, I'm going to get rid of the Properties tab for now. Remember, I can toggle it on and off right here. Okay. And so the first thing it asks me to do, it says I'm supposed to resequence these so that number 262, pardon me, Nile is first when it comes to the monkeys. Well, we know this is not part of the monkey, but this little smiley face is. So they want 262 Nile to be first. So we're going to drag that up, holding our left mouse key until it gets to where we want it to be. I want it to be right underneath this one. So I'll put it on top of it, and that will place it right under it. It'll come right next when I release it. Here you go. So they wanted 262 first, then 245, 745, sorry. Click on it, hold down that left mouse key. I want it right below the Nile. I'm going to hold it there, release, and it goes right under it. Amber beige is next, right under. Charcoal gray is next. And then laurel pink is last. Since this isn't part of the monkey, I don't believe they want us to move this right now. Okay, now it says select only the monkey. So to select only the monkey, I'm going to click on this last part that is part of the monkey. I'm going to go up here to the first part of the monkey. I'm going to hold my shift key down and left click, and that has me select it all. So again, I could start up here. I could click on this one, the top part of the monkey, go down to the last part of the monkey, hold the shift and click, and that selects all of it. And now it says to change the monkey color to black. I have black over here. I'm going to click on it and change it to black. Now the monkey is all black. Now we're going on to page 8. And it says notice there are jump stitches, and that will affect how things stitch out. So we're going to optimize the exit and entry. Okay, so let's just make this a little bigger right now for a second to see if we can see. Now the magnifying glass is hid under this. There it is. I'm going to make this a little bigger so I can see better. So there are jump stitches. Look at all those. These are all little jump stitches here and here and here and here. So we have the monkey only selected. We're going to click Sequence, this one. Let's watch our jump stitches to see if anything happens. And then, oh, look at that. Okay, I have the monkey selected. I'm going to click Sequence. Wow. And then I'm going to click Optimize Entry and Exit. Wow, look at that. Okay, so now the last thing they want me to do with this monkey is to change his stitch length to 2. And I'm supposed to do that in the Properties box, but I can't see the Properties box. Aha! Just go over here where we toggle the Properties box on and off, change the stitch length to 2, and apply. Okay, step number 4 on page 8, we're going to be applying the text. So I'm going to click on the text tool, and then I'm going to click somewhere here. There are 4 text tools, by the way. It says this is the regular text tool, the circle text tool, the vertical, and the path. We just want the regular text tool. Click here. Some text will automatically come up, and it comes up in the last font that you used. It always says my text, so we're going to change that. And we're going to change it to say the word markers. Okay. And also, it has asked that we change the font to broadcast, which I already had broadcast because I've done this tutorial before. And if you'll notice, well, let's apply that first. Now it says markers, and I can move it up here so you can see it. And now it says, you'll notice that there's a little symbol to the left of broadcast. That means that there are more styles available for this font. And to find the styles that are available, simply click the drop-down menu, and we're going to change this one to Run. Now I'm going to change it to Run, but obviously nothing happens yet. I always have to remember to hit the word Apply. So watch what happens to the word markers when I do apply this new style. Okay, there you go. Okay, we're on to page number 9 now. And it says to rotate and resize the text to fit in the design. Let's see. Not sure. Let's see. Well, it says on this one, it's going to tell us exactly how to do it. Click on the Run in the Properties box and change the stitch length to 2. Click Apply. By decreasing the stitch length, you will achieve cleaner definition on the text. Now, let's see. It says we should rotate it. So you know to rotate, you just put your cursor around that little blue circle, and you see how it changes? That means that you can rotate it. That's the hand. It's like that. I can do that. Okay, the text. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to move it down here, and I think I'll rotate it at another angle, like so, and maybe move it over a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on one text tool, hold my Shift key, text item, hold my Shift key down and click on the second one, and then I'm going to go to click the sequence and the optimize entrance and entry exit. And now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here, select all items, click color sort, I forget, there we go. You should see an information dialog box notifying you on the number of colors sorted, because there weren't any sorted here. And then the next step is just to save our design. So we're going to go File, Save As, and we're going to call this Test 1, and we're going to save it as a WAV file in that September 2016 folder, because we always save as a WAV file first. And then we're going to go to File, Save As. This time I'm going to change it to Test 1, same name, but I'm going to change it to the type of file that I use, and that is the Baby Lock Brother. And I'm going to save it as Test 1, the PES file.